that this team has grown. The students have grown the culture of this team. But before we get started, team member expectations, a little bit of housekeeping stuff. Some elements from that to help coordinate the movements of the team and to keep you guys all communicating and moving as a coordinated unit.
These are the things that we need to do. Initial strategy, prototyping, have the temp field built, manufacture the robot, assemble the robot, code the robot, etc., etc.
New strategy, and it's just all about unique ideas. So what we're going to do is everyone's going to come up with their individual strategy for the game, and it doesn't matter how detailed it is depending on their experience, but just put down ideas as...
This is week -1.
Kickoff is in 2 hours.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait. Wait. 2 hours?
Guys, the notebook.
We're signing it.
Miles has the notebook. Please sign in.
The notebook. Oh, no. Let's sign the notebook.
Ready?
Yes. Kickoff ready.
Any predictions?
Water game.
Miles wrote underwater game, cleaning up plastic in the ocean, something with a ball, small, maybe tennis. Wiffle balls, plus cylinders. And then James wrote pool noodle, bottle, water, buoys, sinkers. And those are our predictions.
Welcome to the 2025 First Robotics Competition game, Reefscape, presented by Haas. 2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to earn points by harvesting algae, seeding coral on their reef, and returning to their barge to ascend to the ocean's surface. Page on their barge. Robots start each match at their starting line and may be preloaded with 1 coral. During the first 15 seconds of the match, robots are autonomous.
What's your thoughts on auto?
On auto, I think auto and overall this game is pretty boring.
What do you think you're gonna do during auto?
Cycle coral pieces that are on the field.
No algae?
No algae.
What are you doing in auto?
My group, we had, we're gonna preload an algae and put on the top row for 7 points. Then we're gonna take a ball and put it in the processor.
Got it.
Barge is the red. I'm assuming this is red. We're gonna start on our barge, right? And then we're gonna go over, and we're gonna drop off a high one for 7 points right here. And then we're gonna get another coral piece. We're gonna come back, and we're gonna put like another 7 points like somewhere up here. And then we're gonna get another coral piece, and come back, and put another 7 points. And then plus the 3 taxi points, that would give us 24 points. And that's our first round.
So, start here, drop off for 7, grab a ball, put it in our processor for 6, and then come up, grab another ball, and drop it in there again for another 6. So this gives us, plus the 3, is 22 points, and it also sets us up for the ranking point here.
What are your initial thoughts about the game as this camera focuses?
I think it's a pretty straightforward game, actually. In terms of like scoring it in the net, like the upper net, I don't really see that as like super useful. And
What's inside, Killen?
2 coral.
Yo. Looks like coral to me.
Actually, they're a lot bigger than I anticipated. 2 coral. Those are mad up.
2 algae.
That makes sense. Pretty much every day.
No, it was these 2 bars, because they're like, those are the ones that...
What are we doing over here?
do a little prototype. I mean, just if that's moving with it, it would work. But wait. Okay, Kevin loves programming.
And we love Kevin, so we would never take away from him.
Exactly.
Strategy, presentation, week 0,
Let's go, Eli.
kickoff day 1.
Source is a priority. Does that mean that we must have the capability to get a coral directly from the source? Does that mean we must be able to pick it up off the ground after it's dropped from the source? What are our thoughts on that? Yeah. So are we on agreement that we probably should be able to do that if it's...
We're starting off, where does the game piece start in the flow? When we pick it up, right? So the first thing we want to do is we want to figure out how we want to pick it up. From our must-have, when we go to pick it up the coral, we must pick it up from the human player station. So we want to start our design with how we're going to pick it up.
Yes. Yeah, it'd be easier to grab the coral
But it have to be big enough to get the algae.
Yes, or we don't even need to grab the algae, we can just bat it off. Yeah, because we're gonna need some way to rotate the thing.
When we pick it up sideways, vertically to get on the...
Yeah, I feel like...
So it's not flat. It's more. Yeah, we're gonna need a plow to get that.
I feel like that'd be harder to do, because what... You could climb a cage, how would you climb it?
Get off the ground.
I didn't think of that one.
So is that something, is that inside or outside?
This is designing right here.
We did design.
Okay, wait. So, okay, wait.
So you want, wait, no, she's right.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're going up and then you're going like this. Where is this?
We can angle the arm.
Thank you.
We could do this?
Yeah, so if we can angle it.
So you want to
angle up and down.
Extend the elevator all the way up, put it down, bring it back down, push it up, just to put that into the processor. I feel like at that point it's easier to just have a plow that goes.
I was gonna say plow.
There's no magnum.
And from there...
So for endgame, when you try to climb, the cage can just kind of go in there. That's what this is also. It's going to grab onto the sides of the cage. That's going to drag down. So this part is a big elevator.
I took inspiration from 195 2 years ago, where it's got a big arm here that can swing under. It's got a grabber that sticks out just enough, so there'll be wheels on this. I didn't add them, but they'll spin and be able. It's far enough apart that it can intake both the balls and the coral.
There's a telescope connected to the elevator so that we can have up and down linear motion and also horizontal linear motion. That doesn't exactly work perfectly. And then on the end we have a kind of.
It's kind of similar to what Eli made. So let's put the climber first. So really, this would pivot down like this, and then you would drive forward, and then you would lower it down even more, and then you would drive backwards and kind of wrap this around the bottom of the cage, this deep cage, and then you would drive backwards again, and then you would try and move the timer back up this way again, or to kind of pull yourself up and pull yourself off the ground.
So like.
Nowhere's there. Nowhere is safe. Oh shoot! I got it.
And the bar.
Thank you for coming. I know this is a very long weekend, most definitely, and at sometimes probably a bit boring. But we all stuck through it, and we're all here, and thank you guys for staying for cleaning up.
Thank you guys.
I think we had a really good strategy analysis. I think we had a lot of prospecting designs, and I'm pretty excited for the season. I hope you guys are too. Yay, $16.99.